So then the other piece of that, so my whole point is just like the little nuances, like if you know that, it's like, that's just one checkbox. Either like, okay, I have an active Staph aureus overgrowth. I know I need to balance that with the right product. So put the right product on and you could kind of check that box off and then kind of move on to the next thing. Because then you also could have allergies, right? I had a dairy allergy for 20 years. I had no idea that I mean, I had some idea that I had it. I just thought it was something less than an allergy. Maybe I was sensitive to it, but no, I was like poisoning myself for 30 years. And maybe that had something to do with my skin, but I was definitely not feeling well every time I ate dairy. And that's kind of what we discovered with you, with your journey. And it's just like the next box is like your gut. Your gut has 38 trillion microbes down there, and 70+% of your immune system is residing down there as well, and your gut wall is down there, allowing pathogens to come in and out of your system. So you need to like really protect your gut, and you really know this, I think, firsthand, because when I first met you, you were having all sorts of issues, right? And I was like, are you allergic? Based on my history, I'm like, are you allergic to anything? Because you don't seem to be getting better with everything you're doing. You have everything kind of getting close. And then what happened?
Yeah.
Tell them the story. You looked up.
So I want to start with 70% of the human population is lactose intolerant to some degree. And for some people, they might have diarrhea or digestion problems. For others, it shows up in the skin. Again, because 70 to 80% of your immune system lies in the gut. And when the immune system is compromised, then the symptoms can show up in the skin, in the muscles, in the joints, in the mind. And as you said, food can be the ultimate poison as well. I always say food is the ultimate medicine. But if you're eating the wrong foods, it can be the ultimate poison. And you have to know your body. You have to understand it. When I was flaring up, I hadn't taken a food sensitivity test ever. And I didn't know what foods were making me break out. But after I had taken the food sensitivity test, I found out that it was the sausage pizza, which has gluten, dairy, and red meat.
That's a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, with trifecta of inflammatory foods for my body that caused the initial flare-up. And the most reactive food was tea. So I was drinking 3 to 5 glasses of tea every day, trying to reduce inflammation because it contains really powerful anti-inflammatory ingredients like epigallocatechins, EGCGs, that help reduce inflammation. But for my body, it was just the most reactive thing. So if I had not taken the food sensitivity test, I would still be flaring up. And who knows, I might have been flaring up for the rest of my life.
Unbelievable, right?
Who knows?
So, and then you'd be like, oh, these products aren't working. What's going on? But like, you're just pouring flames on.
Right. So I recommend everyone to understand their own specific bodies. And if you need a food sensitivity test done, you can email me at thehealthyskincoach@gmail.com. I can hook you up with a special lab that I am in contact with.
And an allergy test.
Yes. And it's important to know that food allergies are different than food sensitivities. Food allergies show up almost immediately within 10 minutes in the skin or as an anaphylactic shock. Food sensitivities show up 3 or 4 days after you ingest the food. It has to go through the digestion process. And once it's completed, it releases all these inflammatory chemicals, some of them being cytokines and leukotrienes and prostaglandins, which I talk about a lot because when you accumulate these inflammatory chemicals, it leads to every medical condition you can think of. Heart disease, which is the #1 cause of death. Cancers like colon cancer and prostate cancer. It can reach your brain in the form of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's patients had 5 times higher prostaglandins than healthy patients. It can lead to kidney failure. People who suffered from kidney failure had 35 times higher prostaglandins than healthy patients. So the list goes on. And that's why I'm trying to share this message. If you don't take care of your body now, you are accumulating all these inflammatory chemicals that will eventually bite you back, whether that's tomorrow or in 10 years or in 20 years. You might get lucky. It might take 30 years. For me, I experienced everything at the age of 26. And now I am hyper focused on optimizing my health, on biohacking my life for longevity and for clear skin. And I want to help you achieve that same level of optimal health. Drop the mic.
Boom.